Hi, this is Jamie with Blue Sky Bee Supply, and today we're here to talk about the Lega extractors that we have. They're the 5 and 10 frame Lega extractors, both in a hand crank version as well as the motorized version that has a German motor. The hand crank extractor here you'll see has a metal gearbox, whereas the many extractors on the market will have plastic parts in and around the gearbox as well as the handle assembly. These are all forged hardened steel, so you'll be able to have years of reliable use with this particular extractor. The way that the hand crank works is you drive one direction, and again, since it operates as a 10 frame radial for both your mediums and your shallows, and then a 5 frame tangential, you can just spin one direction, and it's very smooth operating, very quiet, not squeaky, and you'll actually pull back if you want to use it as a hand brake. So of course, as you're extracting those frames, you'll start off a little slower and then ramp up speed as the frames tend to empty out, and then you can reach a higher speed. Again, some of the other extractors on the market have a plastic assembly here that has a pop release, so you push in to engage and then release and it'll continue to spin. The problem with those particular units is that over time they do strip and the plastic wears out, and it requires you to buy a lot of replacement parts periodically. And with this unit, you'll avoid that. It's one initial investment. It is a 22 gauge sidewall and a 20 gauge bottom, so it's probably one of the thicker extractors on the market. We do have the longer legs here that spread out a little bit, gives it very good stability, but at the same time, you're still able to use your standard honey pail, again with plenty of room for your filters if you choose to filter in line. The nice thing about this unit is that it has an angled bottom. It's actually seamless, whereas a lot of the other extractors on the market will actually be crimped like a tin can. So some of your bee parts, wax, and propolis can build up in those seams, and periodically those seams can wear out where they'll actually leak. So again, this is a seamless bottom, angled, so you get every little bit of honey out of the extractor without having to tip it and have a lot of frustration. When we move over to the German extractor, all the construction is the same for the unit, except we have the addition of the German motor. It is variable speed, forward and back. Again, if you're doing radial, it's really not an issue. We talk about in some of our other videos about having your top bar is facing out when you do radial because of the way that the comb is angled towards the top bar. That way you'll have a very efficient release of the honey from the frame. It also does have a safety latch there, so if you have small children, you don't have to worry about fingers getting into that extractor while it's rotating. One nice thing again about the legs is it does include rubber feet, so it will be very quiet and stable. However, if you choose not to use those rubber feet, you can bolt it to the floor, or you can use wheels that you would obtain locally at the hardware store if you want to have it on casters. Again, these are the Lega 5-10 frame extractors. 10 frame medium and shallow radial, and then 5 frame tangential. Very unique on the market. Most extractors are 9 frame, which is kind of odd actually when people use 10 frames for their supers. And then again, you get the more efficient use of the deep frames. Again, this is Jamie with Blue Sky Bee Supply. Thank you very much.